Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel. I'm Mark.
And I'm Rob.
And the UConn Mafia have another hit out on Caitlin Clark, Rob.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please do so. Hit the notification bell when you do, so you get notified of our next video. So, as all Caitlin Clark fans know, the UConn Mafia stick together, Rob, and they almost got like they got a script that they got to stick to it, right?
Yep.
So that's how they were with the Olympic team, even though it was very contradictory, their take on the Olympic team, because they all said, well, Caitlin Clark's got to earn it. But yet, of course, we all know that Breanna Stewart and Diana Taurasi got in fresh out of college before they even proved themselves in the WNBA. So it wasn't even true.
Right.
And so she was on some, Tiffany Hayes was the sixth person of the year last year. They don't call it sixth woman of the year for some reason. And she was also sixth in the MVP voting in 2018. She's 35 years old. She went to UConn. She won 2 national championships with Maya Moore and Tina Charles. So she's a very good player, but not a great player. Anyways, she played in a 3-on-3 Olympic team basketball, and she was talking about her experience there. And the person interviewing her, I don't know, was a black female. On the progress report, it was called, asked her about Caitlin Clark, and of course, they had to throw in Angel Reese not being on the Olympic team and the controversy about that. There was very little controversy about Angel Reese not being on the Olympic team. Actually, there was almost none. It was all 99% about Caitlin Clark. So, of course, but anytime you mention Caitlin Clark, you have to mention Angel Reese.
Angel Reese, yes.
So Tiffany Hayes talked about that, and she said the younger players coming in feeling like they have to get that opportunity right away. Everybody who was on that team had to work their way into that. And the other person said, literally. And then she said, every single person. So I don't know why people think that they should be able to skip steps and go straight there. And then she talked about there's levels to it. You can tell that's part of the script Diana Taurasi had when she talked about Caitlin Clark transitioning into the WNBA her rookie year.
Right.
And then they talked about marketing, whether or not marketing should be a factor, adding players that are popular like Caitlin Clark and Angel Reese, and adding to the Olympic team for that reason. And they said they're going to lose and look crazy. You know how many times they have done that in the past, and they have been this close to losing games. Oh yeah. Now, okay. So let's break that down, Rob.
Let's start from the very beginning, as they say in the Sound of Music.
Okay. The first thing she said was that every single person in the team earned it and didn't have to skip it. Now, we know that's not true because Diana Taurasi and Breanna Stewart, and spoiler alert, they both went to the University of Connecticut with Tiffany Hayes, or University of them, didn't have to earn it. They went straight there out of college before they even played a single game in the WNBA. They were anointed and appointed to the team. So that was 100% false, and she knew that, but yet she still made a stupid statement, Rob.
Yeah, I mean, right there, it was a dumb statement for her to even say that. She should know better than that. She knew it. And with me, I'll even add with Gray, who was out for like 2 or 3 months. How did she earn it? She earned it what? Just because of her name?
Right, for last year, the year before. She didn't earn it that year. She was injured, and she shouldn't have been on the team.
Yeah.
And anyways, Caitlin Clark had the ability to be on the team in addition to the marketing. Now, if you put Angel Reese on the team, she wasn't one of the top 12 players. I don't think she's still one of the top 12 players in the league, but you would put her on for marketing and because she's an up-and-coming talent. And she'll probably be one of the top 12 players in the league 4 years from now. However, she didn't talk about that. She talked about the fact that you're going to lose and look crazy. They've never almost lost games because they added some young player. Even, I'm going to stick up for Diana Taurasi and Breanna Stewart. They didn't almost lose any Olympic games because they put those 2 players on when they were rookies in the WNBA. They didn't have any close games until, guess what? They didn't put Caitlin Clark on the team, and they suffered because the best point guard in the league was not on the team. So it was just the opposite of what she said.
They suffered in marketing, and they almost suffered a loss the first time, and they were very lucky because they didn't put Caitlin Clark on the team. And with the marketing thing, everyone under the sun. I'm sure NBC's like going, wow, we would have, just think, if she was on there, people stopped watching. They weren't going to watch right there. They lost people watching because she wasn't on the team. So there goes marketing right there, you know.
And I maintain it's probably never going to happen that they're going to lose a close game because they put a lesser experienced person on the team who maybe is not one of the top 12, the close to one of the top 12, because they're not going to get playing time in a meaningful game anyways. So they're not going to lose because of them. They're going to get playing time in garbage time. They're going to get playing time when a game's not close or when it's not an elimination game. So that's never going to happen. Well, so can we stop it with that's going to cost them the gold medal because they put 11th and the 11th and 12th player never determined whether or not they win a game, Rob.
Yeah, now Taurasi was not the 11th or 12th player. Maybe she was, but she didn't really play that well in the Olympics. She wasn't there in the end of the games.
Right. For this Olympics. Yeah, I was talking about
for this Olympics,
putting a young player who was 11th and 12th player on the team.
But supposedly, if you follow what she's saying with the experience, and she earned it and the steps and levels that she made, Taurasi should have been right in there, you know, playing a lot of minutes.
She earned it 15 years ago, and they're still putting her on teams. She hadn't been all-pro in 4 years, so she didn't earn it that particular Olympics.
Right.
No, she didn't deserve to be on the team, and neither did Chelsea Gray, as you said.
No.
So all of this was completely wrong. It's all part of the script that they say that it was too early to put Caitlin Clark and, to a lesser degree, Angel Reese on the team. And notice they didn't talk about whether or not she was good enough, because she even said that. That was part of this. I left out that part of the quote. Like, well, I'm not saying they're not good players or great players. They just didn't earn it yet, basically, is what they're saying, because that's part of the script they have to say, because that's the only reason they can really think of to keep, besides experience. Of course, that's silly, because how do you get experience if you put all players ages 26 and over on the team? The next Olympics, no one's going to have experience that's under the age of 30.
Right. But you know what, though? This next Olympic team, I bet you the games aren't going to be that close as these were.
Rob, I have another quote unrelated to this, but related to Caitlin Clark in the UConn, that just shows you that they got the script going. You know, the script is Caitlin Clark can't be the GOAT or even considered to be one of the GOATs because she doesn't have a championship. Brianna Stewart answered that way. Sue Bird and Donna Taurasi have hinted at that. And I didn't know this, but also Rebecca Lobo, Rob, they even got her. And she's been very complimentary towards Caitlin Clark. She said her game would translate. She said she would have MVP-type numbers her rookie year before she actually entered the league. And she said this, Rob. She said, for me, she's talking about Caitlin Clark, she's the best offensive player that I've ever seen, at least in the last 30 years, that I have been either playing or calling women's college basketball. But then she was also asked about the GOAT. And she said, when you get into the GOAT conversation, does she need to win a national championship to be considered the GOAT? She said, I don't think so. I think she needs to win multiple national championships to be that kind of conversation. Because when you look at the history of the game, Candace Parker won 2 championships at Tennessee. Donna Taurasi won 3 championships at UConn. And Brianna Stewart won 4 championships. Not only 4 championships, she was the most outstanding player in 4 Final Fours. So she's got that UConn script. Notice 2 players out of 3 UConn. That you've got to win championship. Never mind that they played with, Donna Taurasi played with, I think 10 players that made it in the WNBA. Brianna Stewart played with 12, and Candace Parker played with 8. The most ever of players who won championships, or the most players that I can find of anyone who played in college basketball, of the players of the year. Those 3 won the most. That's why they won the most championships.
Yeah.
That's why they each won 2 championships.
But Taurasi won it on her own, she says so. She did by herself.
3 championships by herself.
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark played with 1 player who is a bench player. And that's it in her 4 years that she played at Iowa.
Right.
That's it. Okay, so we've already discussed this about championships and not having win that to be the greatest player at the college level. In the WNBA and the NBA and the NFL as a quarterback, yes, I think championships are a factor. Anything else, no, it's way, way overrated.
Right.
Anyways, I just wanted to point out the script that's always kept by you. They all say the same thing because they're all part of a mafia and a sorority or whatever you want to call it. And it's annoying. And it's not true. And it's contradictory.
Well, yeah, that's the main thing, Mark. It's not true. her first statement about that you have to earn it, and that
Right.
it's, okay. What do you mean by earn it? So those two players, Stewart and Taurasi, did not earn it.
Right. When it's silly, and she didn't say, "Oh, most of those players." She said, "Every single person." Those are exact wordings.
Right. Exact words.
Okay. And none of them skipped steps to go straight there. They did 2 out of the 4, and the only ones. Guess what? They went to UConn.
Right. Go figure.
Where Tiffany Hayes went to school. All right, so let's stop with the silliness. With this is there was not a good reason to keep Caitlin Clark off the team. We all know why she was kept off the team. Is because she was going to get all the attention. That's the only reason she got kept off the team. And she didn't go to UConn, and she wasn't a black lesbian, which would have increased her chances too.
She wasn't. Back in the day, we'd say she wasn't in on the in crowd. She wasn't the in crowd.
No, she wasn't part of the sorority group.
Yeah.
So Mean Girls kept her out, Rob.
Oh, yeah. Mean Girls too. Yep.
And this is just more delusional nonsense from the UConn Mafia. That's all I want to say. Anyways, let us know what you think down below.
Mark, I'm sorry, Mark. It trickles down from the coach. So.
Well, the coach didn't go to UConn in this particular case. Oh, from Gino, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We all heard. I didn't want to bring up Gino. He didn't have anything to do with this Olympic team this time. He kept Candace Parker off it in 2016 for no reason, other than the fact that they hated each other.
But the script, like you said, the script is already written by him, and it's trickling down.
Clark doesn't have the skills. She's in the wrong. Yeah, she's going to struggle. Their fans are crazy. They're stupid. Right. No. Turns out they were all wrong, and we were right. She should have been on the Olympic team, and we were right that she was going to do well in her rookie year. And they were wrong. So that's why I don't listen to the UConn Mafia. Rob, they get out the Tommy gun and they just spray all over Caitlin Clark all the time.
This is the Mafia.
The UConn Mafia does.
They see her in the restaurant, Mark, and they pick her and they see her and they got her marked out.
It is interesting that people call it the UConn Mafia, and Gino was born in Italy. He's Italian.
Yeah.
So I find that interesting. I don't know if that's how someone came up with the name because Gino's Italian. I just know that it is interesting that he's Italian. Probably that was the reason they came up with it. I didn't come up with it. So, anyways. So, hey, if you like this video, hit the like button. If you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, why not?
Let's go. Come on now.
Make Rob happy and subscribe to our channel. And when you do so, hit the notification bell so you get notified of our next of our next video. And join us for our live show every Monday. We can talk about great stuff like this, except for major holidays, 6 to 8 Eastern time. And if you want to donate to this channel, there's super chats and super thanks down below. And there's a link to PayPal. And we'll see you in the next video.
Peace out.